Hey everybody, Charis here. I'm hanging out in Seattle at a seminar this weekend by Charis, and I'll put her link in the information section here because it's a really good seminar. It's on mediumship, and I have a pretty easy time talking to otherworldly beings, obviously, including deceased people, which this is mostly focused on. But it was still fun to come and also to observe how others lead workshops and retreats because I'm planning to do that in the very near future. So I'm going to all the ones I can of the people who I know are awesome and seeing what they're doing and hanging out with them. And yeah, it's been a great time and Marie's amazing. So that's fun. And I've been traveling around a lot. I'm actually staying, well, last night I stayed here in the hotel where the seminar is, but I've been staying on a little island off the coast and in Puget Sound in Washington, and it's a super cool place, like really magical, on par with where I was living in the mountains back east. And so I'm thinking that I might record a video up in the tree that I've been climbing, and it's amazing. Anyway, really, wait till you see, it's really cool. But today, what I want to talk to you about is creating home and finding home for starseeded people. Because one of the things that I'm finding at this particular workshop is that you know how when you have these experiences, you kind of assume that everyone's having them, and when you start growing and changing and having this new view of the world, what you end up doing is kind of drawing in people who are similar to you. Like I know I've met so many starseeds lately, and I love you guys and happy to meet you. But what also happens is you kind of like digress from the mainstream road. So, like for instance, at this mediumship workshop, this is not a starseed workshop or a starseed retreat, and so I'm looking around and I'm like, wow, I'm kind of the only starseed here. And then when someone else gave me a reading as one of the exercises we did, she's like, yeah, you're like half human and half something else. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's a whole other video about the hybrid thing. But anyway, so that's been really interesting, and it's nice to know that for us starseeds who've felt so outcast during much of our life, we don't have to be anymore. That everyone's unique, and that starseed is not better than Earth from Earth, and starseeds have views on like everyone out there is a starseed, and I don't think that's necessarily true. I think Earth is a beautiful place that has her own amazing energy and has gotten souls to develop just here as well. So that's something to think about. And a lot of the stuff, I mean, there's no way you can prove it either way. You'd have to go through every single person's Akashic records, and that is not expedient enough to be a real option. So anyway, back to the starseeded thing. Many starseeds have felt like we've never been home, at least not in this lifetime, and there's this really profound desire and longing for home. And you starseeds who are watching this, I know you know what I'm talking about. Where you look up at the sky, especially at night, or where you just feel like you really, really miss home and you really want to go home and things just aren't right here. And that's also a lot because, and not completely, but a high percentage of that feeling comes from the fact that many of us starseeds who are here, not all, but many, and probably most of you guys who happen to be attracted to my stuff, are here working and having fun, yes. And I was told not long ago that Earth, or Gaia, in her next kind of incarnation after she does this birthing, part of what she's going to be is a pleasure planet. So just going to come here to play. And some people are already doing that, but right now is kind of a tough time, so you don't find that many people just on like rest and relaxation lifetimes here now. But that after this huge jump, that's going to be one of the main things she does, is just like a vacation planet for your incarnations, or even for smaller, just to come visit and then leave once she like rejoins the community. Anyway, but a lot of times we're here working, and so it's not like we're here and just having fun and hanging out. I mean, it is fun and we do hang out, and one of the major things is to bring that bliss and that enjoyment here. And there's so much cool stuff on Earth, and the nice thing about being a starseed is that it's also novel because we're not always here. So a lot of times like the silliest little things will be like, wow, that's amazing. And it's just because even though it seems like we've been here, because you might not consciously remember, we haven't. So it's newer than someone who's been here for like you know, 1,000 lifetimes, like, dude, it's a tree. Like, no, it's a tree. So that's one thing. But the main point is that we long for home. And even though there is so much beauty here, we still really miss the ones that we've been with for a lot of the time and the type of environments that we've been in. But that's only the first half of it. Kind of like with setting intentions and affirmations and stuff, you have to realize what's wrong, and that's the catalyst. But if all you're doing is realizing what's wrong, you're not moving forward and you're actually increasing the problem. And then what you have to do is decide what you're going to create and start doing that from the impetus of realizing what was wrong. So now, what us star-seeded people are doing, and also this goes for everyone, not just star-seeds, but I know it's very strong in star-seeds, which is why I'm mostly kind of attending to you guys. But anyway, what we're supposed to do is bring home here. And I know that when I first heard that, when I first got that, I was like, ugh, really? Like, I don't know if I want to do that. I just want to go home. But if you were going to do that, you wouldn't have incarnated here. You would still be incarnating there. And the nice thing is that the more lovely you feel, the more you know you're doing your job. Because it's not necessarily for most of us that we're supposed to, like, you know, have beautiful inspirations on certain technologies that we're supposed to create and disseminate and make this planet more connected. Although that obviously has been happening for a small percentage of people. More of what it is the feeling, is the joy, the lack of resistance and struggle. And you know, it's not that the earth is going to be a paradise because it's just going to be a paradise and we're all going to go, oh my gosh, wow, that's great, and it didn't take any effort on my part or any attention, I guess more than effort and focus. What is going to happen is there are going to be these little pockets of paradise that are created, and I know that it's already happened because I have been to some and I've heard of others that are these beautiful little places that are just kind of perfect. And it can be, you know, one person's home, or it can be a little town, or it can be an island, or it can be all of these different things. And then what happens is, after these points of light are all over the globe, they grow, and all of them grow until it kind of melds together, and then before you know it, the earth is this beautiful place. And this is already happening. It's not new. It's been going on for a while. And so it's not all up to who's here working now. It's already set in motion. But the more you can get into your own space and say, okay, I'm going to choose to, when I feel off, remember how I'm supposed to feel, and go into meditation, or take a moment of silence, or go for a walk in nature, or take a bath, or do whatever it is you want to do that's going to bring you back, and say, who am I authentically, and what is it that I want to experience authentically? And then you channel it through, and you act as if it's already here. And when you treat the people you meet with, and not meet for the first time necessarily, but you know, your family members, the people in your home, your friends, your coworkers, you treat them with the love and the vulnerability and the openness that you know is right, and that you know is, and by right I don't mean like right and wrong, I mean right as in an accurate way of being, and the way that is most natural for you, that most starseeds have tamped down because they're afraid of what will happen to them if they let it out because of past traumas. But now you have to realize these new waves are coming and we're in a new place, and it's safer to do that. Doesn't mean you have to go around saying, hey, I've got alien heritage. But what you can do is really connect with people and let your heart be open and let yourself be grounded where you are without like always escaping up to somewhere else. And then as we do that, and as we bring home here through this feeling, then we're doing our job. And then we're accomplishing what we're here to do. And also, once we're doing our job, and once we're accomplishing what we're here to do, then that means that everything will go better for us and for everyone that we come into contact with. Because as you evolve, then that means that everything you hear, everything you see, every piece of news you get from the other side of the world is going to be better and better and more harmonious and integrated, because your energy system is more harmonious and integrated. Therefore, everything you experience or hear of other people experiencing, everything that's on your screen, in your fields, whatever you want to say, is going to be cleaner and more harmonious. I know that's the third time I've used that word because it's the one that fits the best. Anyway, What else? I thought there was something else. I don't know. I guess just a reminder to take good care of yourself right now during all these transitions. I'm still working on the intuitive development course, and I'm also starting to dream up other things that I'm going to be doing that are not going to be web-based, that are going to be location-based. And I'm sure the first one or two are going to be in the Los Angeles area because that's where I am right now. And I don't think I'll be there for very long, but I'm there right now. So I will keep you posted. And also a radio show is going to start a week from Tuesday, hosted by me and my buddy Kim Cochran, who's an angel therapy practitioner. And so that's going to be lots of fun. It's going to be on the website, and I'll talk about it more as it comes up. Oh, I remember what I was going to tell you. This is some of my personal experience, and usually I don't get that into like what I'm going through in the videos because that's not what I tend to be called to do, although it's kind of happening more and more, so you might expect some stuff just for me in the future that's like, hey, this is that time I got abducted, or you know, this crazy work dream I had where I like transformed this crazy entity guy and that kind of stuff. And it's interesting because I write about that stuff in my books, but I don't usually speak about it in my videos. I don't know why, but I think it's going to start to become some of that too, along with these instructional type ones. But what I'm going to tell you right now is just an example, because you know, when you have the inspiration, that means that the world needs it and the universe needs whatever it is that you're trying to bring through yourself. And usually you have a deep love for it, and also just as ordinarily you have a strong resistance to it and issues that keep you from doing it, and childhood experiences and belief patterns patterned into you and conditioned into you that keep you from doing whatever it is that you love the most. And that is definitely true for me. My job, one of the main ones in this whole incarnation, and this has been so hard for me to accept, is just to be fun and happy and blissful and decorative. Decorative is the word that always comes when I get guidance. It's like, nope, you're decoration. Do it, deal with it. And for a really long time, because I was raised in a house of logic and of usefulness. And if something's not useful and you know, worth the thing that it is, if it's just pretty, you know, what's the point of just being pretty? You have to be useful. And so whenever that would come up, I would be like, yeah, but what's my real job? Oh no, to be decorative. Okay, yeah, but what's my real job? Nope, to have fun, be blissful. The more happy you can be, the more work you're doing. And I was like, I don't think that makes much sense until I actually started doing it. And then this huge backlash comes back from the universe in the form of people telling me, wow, you're making such a difference in my life because of your example. And that's another thing I've been told. Nope, you're not supposed to go out and try to change other people. You just live your thing and that's going to do it. And I was like, I don't understand that. And so you devalue often the things that are yours to do. And so, for instance, the retreats that I'm starting to dream up and put together are going to be like, and this is not a final name, but something like, you know, blissing out. And you know, you can't always live there. But it's really important to just have this expansive, like, yes feeling. And that's what I'm here to do, and it took me a really long time, and even still I'm not totally there to be like, oh yeah, that's my thing, and that's my power, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So for all of us, it's definitely a struggle, and even now, I think about it sometimes, and I'm like, really? I'm not going to do anything more, you know, groundbreaking, and I have all this stuff inside me that needs to come out, and it's not going to be more intense than that. And it's like, nope, you're supposed to go put flowers in your hair and dance on the beach and have fun. And so I'm still kind of getting used to that. But I'm sure, watch me get things from this video and people like, oh yeah, that's totally what you're doing. And I'll read them and say, really? Oh, okay. Because when it's you, you can't see it. I can do readings for have you guys out there and see exactly what you're supposed to do and exactly how amazing it's going to be. But when it's yourself, even though you know, getting it down in is harder, because if you already had it all integrated, then you wouldn't have anything left to do. So when you find one, be happy. So I will stop rambling now. I think you're pretty updated. Still working on the intuitive development course. Like I said, the web-based one. It's going to be 6 weeks long. It's going to be really amazing. Every time I sit down to work on it, I get more and more excited. So I will keep you posted on that. Oh, and let me show you the view out the window. It's really cool. So this is my hotel room. It's a little dark right now. Yeah. And then this is my view. And last night, the city was just lit up, and it was just beautiful. And it's funny because Seattle is cloudy, but it doesn't feel cloudy to me. It feels, there's like an interesting way that light works here, so that it kind of still feels like the sun is shining even when it's not. And there's really strong Native American energy here, which it's not like I thought it wouldn't be there. I just didn't think about it. I just didn't really expect it. So when I got off the plane and there's this huge Native American energy everywhere, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So anyway, that is what is going on with me, and I guess I'll post this when I get back down to LA because I didn't bring my computer with me. So anyway, have a fabulous day whenever it is that you see this. Try to go with your inspiration to every moment. Try to live in your body, and that will make you the most happy and also the most effective at whatever your gift is. So anyway, go in peace, and I will see you soon.